This is Nightline and I'm Liyana Hassanel, news making the headlines. Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri to remain as BN's Prime Minister candidate. And government assures it has enough funds to fulfill 2023 budget promises. Good morning. UMNO maintains its decision to name the party's Vice President, Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, as the candidate for the post of Prime Minister in the 15th general election. The matter was stressed by its president, Datuk Seri Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, who quashed claims that he would instead be named as candidate for the Prime Minister post if BN wins in GE15. Datuk Seri Ahmad Zahid said such statements made by certain quarters are only aimed at causing friction, especially within UMNO and among the BN components.
Kita berpegang kepada prinsip bahawa UMNO telah mencalonkan Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri sebagai calon Perdana Menteri dan itu tidak boleh dipertikaikan lagi. Jika ada parti pembangkang yang menamakan orang lain daripada Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri, itu adalah usaha untuk mereka memecahkan UMNO dan BN.
Datuk Seri Ahmad Zahid said the power to appoint the Prime Minister, however, lies with the Yang di-Pertuan Agong, as stipulated in Article 43(2)(a) of the Federal Constitution. He added that at the party level, the decision that Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri is candidate for the post of Prime Minister and will act as poster boy for BN is final, as previously decided by the UMNO Supreme Council. Earlier, while speaking at the opening of the Bagan Datuk UMNO Division meeting in Perak, Datuk Seri Ahmad Zahid said that at least 70% of Barisan Nasional BN candidates to contest in the 15th general election will be new faces. The BN chairman said those who will be nominated are individuals of caliber, have academic qualifications, and are highly committed to helping the people. According to Datuk Seri Ahmad Zahid, who is also Bagan Datuk UMNO Division Chief, the coalition will also try to meet the demand that 30% of BN candidates are women. He said it is also necessary to keep the old faces so that the partnership is stable and balanced. However, Datuk Seri Ahmad Zahid stressed that the full selection of candidates has not been finalised and is still under scrutiny by the party's top leadership. The government has enough funds to implement each and every promise made under the 2023 budget, which was tabled on October 7th. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, in giving his assurance, said the largest budget ever prepared, involving an allocation of 372.3 billion ringgit, was formulated with the aim of benefiting all levels of society.
Bajet apabila kita umumkan di dalam parlimen, kita telah pun mempunyai duit untuk melaksanakan setiap yang kita janjikan. Beza dia. Kita dah ada duit. Cuma belum lulus lagi. Itu beza dia. Jadi boleh khabar ke orang-orang kat luar sana. Kalau tak bajet yang cantik seperti itu dilaksanakan, undilah kita. Baru kita boleh bentangkan semula dan luluskan bajet.
Division delegates meeting at the Beira District Council Convention Hall on Sunday. Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri also reminded the people not to be easily fooled by all the promises made by the opposition in their manifesto ahead of the 15th election. He said the opposition had failed to fulfill the manifesto that was announced in the 14th general election, and several promises made such as lowering oil prices and eliminating tolls. At the same event, the Prime Minister then launched the P090 Beira Barisan Nasional BN machinery. Meanwhile, speaking during a tea session with the Indian community in the Beira parliamentary constituency, Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri said the government has never sidelined the welfare of the Indian community in ensuring all Malaysians are able to enjoy the benefits of the country's development. He said that, for example, Budget 2023 also emphasized the government's commitment by covering various initiatives for the benefit of the Indian community. Such initiatives include an allocation of 50 million ringgit for the development of Tamil National Tal primary schools. Also outlined was an allocation of 100 million ringgit for Indian entrepreneurship development under the Malaysian Indian Transformation Unit, MITRA. In addition, an allocation of 25 million ringgit was also given to the Indian Community Entrepreneur Development Scheme under the Ministry of Entrepreneur Development and Cooperatives.
Kajian telah melaksanakan pelbagai latihan kemahiran yang kini memberikan manfaat kepada 42,544 pelatih daripada kaum India sehingga Ogos 2022 dengan nilai geran latihan berjumlah 77 juta ringgit. Bagi tujuan penempatan pekerjaan, kita dapatkan pekerjaan seramai 68,996 komuniti masyarakat India telah dibantu sehingga September 2022 dengan pelbagai bidang kemahiran serta industri. Itu yang saya nak sebut apa yang dibuat oleh kerajaan hari ini untuk membantu masyarakat ini. Di Bera juga kita tidak pernah lupa kepada masyarakat India. Saya tahu setiap kali pilihan raya masyarakat India sentiasa memberikan sokongan padu kepada saya.
He added that the spirit of Keluarga Malaysia is stronger than ever and that he is confident of the Indian community's support for BN. At the ceremony, the Prime Minister also presented Deepavali aid to nearly 800 recipients. In other news, the Prime Minister said the act of insulting or hurling attacks against one another between PAS and UMNO should not occur and should be avoided. He said such an act is not only prohibited by Islam, but stressed that the two parties used to work together under Muafakat Nasional, even though the relationship has now become strained.
Jadi sebagai umat Islam ni tak sepatutnya kita menyerang sesama sendiri, ya. Sebab hubungan tu mungkin boleh elok semula akan datang, dan kita dalam politik ni tidak selama-lamanya menjadi musuh, tidak selama-lamanya menjadi kawan. Sepatutnya kita cuba elakkan daripada menyakitkan hati sesiapalah dalam politik, ya. Mana tahu satu hari nanti entah kita nak duduk bersama balik demi kepentingan umat Islam dan Melayu di negara kita ini.
The Prime Minister said this in response to PAS President Tan Sri Abdul Hadi Awang's statement on Friday that PAS had suspended cooperation with BN, claiming that the coalition was tainted with corruption. Barisan Nasional BN is aiming to win at least 112 parliamentary seats in the 15th general election. BN Deputy Chairman Datuk Seri Muhammad Hassan said BN must garner more than 112 seats in the Dewan Rakyat to ensure that the coalition can form a government.
Sasaran kita nak menang, ya. Jadi kita mesti melepasi 112 kursi lah. Barisan Nasional mesti melepasi 112 kursi untuk kita pastikan supaya kita dapat menubuhkan kerajaan pada pilihan raya yang akan datang nanti. Itu sasaran kita. Jadi kita kalau boleh menang banyak lagi baik, ya. Dan di kawasan-kawasan yang dulu yang kita kalah tipis, banyak kawasan yang kita kalah tipis perlu diberikan tumpuan yang lebih oleh kepimpinan di kawasan tersebut.
Datuk Seri Muhammad Hassan, who is the UMNO Deputy President, said this after opening the Rembau UMNO Division meeting on Sunday. On preparations for GE15, he said that it was going smoothly and the election machinery had been activated and was currently being streamlined. Employers must give employees time off or leave if the election day falls on a working day. Human Resources Minister Datuk Seri M. Saravanan said this is the right of every Malaysian citizen aged 18 and above to vote and perform their duties.
Maka saya minta majikan akur pada keputusan kerajaan untuk membenarkan pekerja keluar untuk mengundi. Sama ada dia beri cuti peristiwa, cuti ganti ataupun memberi cuti beberapa jam untuk keluar mengundi.
He told this to reporters after presenting Deepavali contributions in Tapah on Sunday. Datuk Seri Saravanan also said action will be taken against any employer who does not comply with the directive. The Election Commission EC will hold a meeting on October 20th to discuss and set important dates, including nomination day and polling day for the 15th general election GE15, following the dissolution of Parliament last Monday. Meanwhile, Datuk Seri Saravanan said that a total of 16,906 Social Security Organisation (SOCSO) contributors died because of non-communicable diseases (NCDs) in 2021. The Human Resources Minister pointed out that 46 of these cases cropped up daily last year. He also said the matter should not be taken lightly, as the majority of NCDs are linked to people's lifestyle. He added of the 588,917 workers who had taken SOCSO's Health Screening Program, HSP, since 2013, 60.9% had high cholesterol, 35.2% were obese, 27.3% had hypertension, and 9.5% were diabetic. He also urged workers to be more concerned about their health and to increase their physical activity, as well as to take up the free HSP offered by SOCSO to its contributors. Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs Minister Datuk Seri Alexander Nanta Linggi has urged all producers to increase egg production for domestic consumption to ensure sufficient supply in the market. It was believed that this was due to producers exporting grade A, B and C eggs abroad, thus reducing domestic supply. In a post on his Facebook account on Sunday, Datuk Seri Nanta said the government, through the Agriculture and Food Industries Ministry, had increased subsidies to farmers from 3 cent to 8 cent per egg due to an increase in production costs. He added the subsidy given for breeders was also to ensure that the consumer price remains at the maximum price set by the government for grade A, B and C eggs. Datuk Seri Nanta also said the producers should have integrity and live up to their responsibilities, as agreed in talks after additional subsidies were given to them. It has been reported that the ministry had received complaints from the public about the egg shortage, especially for grades A, B and C in a majority of areas in the country, which have affected traders. We're going for a short break. When we return, China kicks off 20th Communist Party Congress. We're back with news on the foreign front. Chinese leader Xi Jinping on Sunday vowed to steer China through grave challenges toward national rejuvenation, advancing a nationalistic vision that has put it on a collision path with the West. Speaking at the opening of the 20th Party Congress, where he is poised to secure a norm-breaking third term in power, Xi struck a confident tone, highlighting China's growing strength and rising influence under his first decade in power. He, however, also repeatedly underscored the risks and challenges the country faces. Describing the past 5 years as highly unusual and extraordinary, Xi said the ruling Communist Party has led China through a grim and complex international situation and huge risks and challenges that came one after another. The very first challenges Xi listed were the COVID-19 pandemic, Hong Kong and Taiwan, all of which he claimed China had come away from victorious. Britain's new Finance Minister, Jeremy Hunt, vowed to show investors that he will repair the country's public finances after the original economic plans of Prime Minister Liz Truss triggered a bond market rout. In an interview on Sunday, Hunt promised to win back Britain's economic credibility by accounting for every penny of the government's tax and spending plans, while insisting that his boss, Prime Minister Liz Truss, remained in overall charge. Investors have sold British government bonds heavily since September 23rd, when Hunt's predecessor as Finance Minister, Kwasi Kwarteng, announced a string of unfunded tax cuts. Truss, who won the leadership of the Conservative Party barely a month ago after promising to slash taxes, fired Kwarteng on Friday and has ditched key parts of the program they agreed together. But Hunt has said he will go further, including increases in taxes, as well as a tighter control on public spending. Erlen Blikra of UNO-X Pro Cycling sprinted to his first professional victory on Stage 6 of the Petronas Tour de Langkawi in Alostar, hitting the front of the rain-soaked stage with 150 metres to go and managing to hold off the charge behind. The victory in the 120.4-kilometre race from Georgetown in Pulau Pinang to Alostar in Kedah on Sunday also meant the Norwegian moved into green sprinter's jersey. Stage 1 winner Gleb Syriza of Astana, Kazakhstan took second, while Rudiger Selig of Lotto Sudal took third place. Meanwhile, the mystery of the absence of Terengganu Polygon Cycling Team TSG rider Muhammad Harif Saleh in the 6th stage race on Sunday has been answered, after it was confirmed that he was eliminated from the competition. TSG sports manager Danny Fang said the team sprint specialist was understood to have violated competition rules after clinging to a vehicle during the 5th stage race from Kuala Kangsar to Kulim on Saturday. The race now heads off to Langkawi for the final 2 days, with Ivan Sosa of Movistar in the yellow jersey of the race leader. National team rider Izzat Hilmi Abdul Jalil is the best Asian rider at the stage, after finishing the competition so far in 11th place overall. On to MotoGP. Alex Rins won the Grand Prix of Australia on Sunday in a dramatic and thrilling race that saw championship leader Fabio Quartararo crash out and loosen his grip on the MotoGP world title. Suzuki's Rins, who started in 10th, took the lead from Bagnaia on the last lap to beat fellow Spaniard Marc Marquez into 2nd place. Ducati's Francesco Bagnaia finished 3rd and now leads the standings with just 2 races left in the season. The biggest moment of an action-packed race saw defending champion Quartararo crash out after an error-strewn ride, knocking him off the top of the championship standings, handing Bagnaia a 14-point lead in the overall standings. The penultimate race of the season takes place on 23rd October in Malaysia before the action moves to Spain for the final MotoGP of the year in November. Still to come on Nightline, boyfriend nabbed as suspect in women's murder in Ipoh. Welcome back. All motorsport activities at the Terengganu Motor Circuit, Gong Badak, have been suspended by the state government effective Saturday. The directive came following an accident that claimed the life of drag racer Muhammad Hafiz Jamal Jamaluddin during Saturday's Battle of the Kings BOTK 2022 racing event. State Youth, Sports and Non-Government Development Committee Chairman Wan Sukairi Wan Abdullah said all events at the venue were stopped immediately and would resume after the incident report was submitted and the safety aspects of the circuit were looked into.
Hari ini saya akan terima report tu, saya rasa lah. Hari ini mungkin saya akan terima dan sebaik saja kita terima, kita baca dan teliti kita akan umumkan seberapa segeralah, insya-Allah. Pihak penganjur pun kita akan cuba buat perjumpaan untuk mendengar sendirilah apa yang sebenarnya berlaku, walaupun report mungkin akan disusuli tidak lama lagi.
Wan Sukairi said this to reporters after the Sultan Mizan Cup prize presentation ceremony at the Terengganu International Endurance Park TIEP in situ on Sunday. The State Executive Council member also said that the relevant authorities will identify the areas that need to be improved in terms of safety, facilities, and on the part of the organisers. He also revealed that the racing event had been issued a permit by the State Sports Commissioner. On behalf of the state government, Wan Sukairi also expressed deep regret over the unfortunate accident and offered its condolences to victims' bereaved family. In the incident, 39-year-old Muhammad Hafiz, also known as Ape Jamal, died after sustaining serious injuries when his Mitsubishi Lancer Evo went out of control and crashed into a tree near the track during one of the drag race segments. In Kelantan, a couple was killed while 3 people were injured in a road accident involving a car and MPV near Batu Melintang in Jeli, Kelantan on Sunday. The deceased, identified as 60-year-old rubber tapper Muhammad Mat Yusof, and his wife, 54-year-old Ruhaini Muhammad, died on the spot in the 10 a.m. incident at Jalan Raya Timur Barat. The couple was travelling together with their 23-year-old daughter and 6-month-old grandchild in a Protonwira heading to Baling, Kedah. However, the car driven by Muhammad suddenly went out of control and veered onto the opposite lane before colliding with an oncoming Proton Exora with a family of 4 on board. The bodies were taken to Jili Hospital for post-mortem, while the infant in the Wira and 2 passengers, aged 9 and 35, in the Exora sustained light injuries and were treated at the same hospital. The cause of the accident was being investigated under the Road Transport Act. In Perak, a 68-year-old man believed to be homeless was found dead in an alley near Jalan Leong Sin Nam in Ipoh early on Sunday morning. It is understood that the police received information about the incident at about 5:20 a.m. The victim is believed to have been assaulted, and police arrested a 51-year-old suspect who is also homeless shortly after. A preliminary examination of the victim's body found that there were injury marks on the chin and both hands. The body has been sent to the forensic department of the Raja Permaisuri Hospital Bainun, Ipoh, for post-mortem. Perak Police Chief Datuk Muhammad Yusri Hassan Basri confirmed the incident, and the case is being investigated under Section 302 of the Penal Code for murder. Police have arrested a local man on suspicion of being involved in the murder of a woman whose body was found decomposed at the traffic light junction in Jalan Tambun, Ipoh on October 10th. Perak Police Chief Datuk Muhammad Yusri Hassan Basri said police also believe that the case has been solved following the arrest. Datuk Muhammad Yusri said the 24-year-old man, who is also the victim's boyfriend, was detained along with several case items in a house at Taman Bersatu, Simpang Pulai on Thursday. He said the case has been reclassified as murder and is being investigated under Section 302 of the Penal Code after the post-mortem report revealed that the cause of the death was strangulation. Datuk Muhammad Yusri said upon completion of the investigation, the case would be referred to the Perak Deputy Public Prosecutor's Office for the proposed charge. The media previously reported that police discovered the woman's body in a bush after receiving a call about a vehicle that crashed near a drain. When police arrived at the scene, they found the decomposed body in the bush, about 2 meters from where the Proton Iswara airbag had crashed. That wraps up Nightline this time around. Before we leave, let's take a look as a patient played the saxophone as he underwent a complex brain operation lasting more than 9 hours in a hospital in Rome, Italy. And with that, I'm Liyana Hassanel. Thank you for watching and stay safe, Malaysia.